In this video, we will see how Meconomy Power Launch can help you with finance management and the order-to-cash process. You can gain insight and forecast on what is outstanding, and it can help optimize the entire process. This is the typical timeline of a project from execution until payment. The first step is to complete the work that was planned. Then register time for the work completed. Once we reach month end, it's time to review and approve the work in progress and start invoicing the customer. The number of days of sales outstanding will now depend upon which payment terms we have extended to our customers, as well as how prompt they are with their payments. So how can Meconomy help with this process? We can ensure that timesheets are submitted in a timely fashion every week. Once the time hits the projects, the approvers will then be notified to review the timesheets, which happens at the time of submission. We can then invoice the work once it has been completed, or on a regular monthly schedule. And the credit control functionality gives us a complete overview of any ongoing invoices and reminders, ensuring timely collection. Now, who is responsible in executing these invoices? Meconomy Power Launch supports both a centralized and a decentralized approach. You can have project managers review, edit, and approve drafts from a decentralized point of view, and have it sent to finance or AR to have them do the final printout. Or it can be the other way around. Have finance prepare the drafts for review by the project manager. Once approved, they are sent back for final printout. Now let's log into Meconomy to see how it works.
Having timesheets registered and submitted on a regular basis helps build our work in progress, which we can then bill to customers, improving our cash flow. And Meconomy Power Launch offers a quick and easy way to do this using our web interface. If a resource has already been planned for a project, they can use the favorite drop-down menu to ensure that time is recorded to the right task for the right project. There is also a mobile application that you can use while on the go. You will see the same projects and tasks when you enter your time. Once the timesheet is submitted, it will be sent to the relevant approvers for review. The project manager will then receive a notification to review the time registered for the projects. Using the Approval Center workspace, they will see all the entries awaiting their approval. It can be approved by clicking on the Approve icons. The time is now approved and has been recorded as Open Work in Progress on the project and is ready to be billed to the customer. Remember to invoice as soon as possible to improve the cash flow for the project. With Meconomy Power Launch, there are a variety of options to bill the customer. We can go through Project Management and use Invoicing Plan. Here you can set up a billing frequency, which lets you choose the dates on when project managers will be reminded on when and what project should be billed. Select the lines you wish to invoice, submit for invoicing, and it will be sent through an approval workflow. A notification is now sent to finance to have them approve the invoice. This process can also be done the other way around. Finance initiates the invoice plan, and the project manager approves the invoice. The entire process can also be automated with background tasks. In order to initiate regular time and material invoicing, the project manager can get an overview of any open work in progress from the project dashboard. If we go to the Invoicing menu and open our Work in Progress invoice workspace, you can move into the filter list to see all the projects available for invoicing currently filtered using my time and material projects. By selecting a specific project, you will get a list of tasks that can be invoiced and their details. You can choose which individual lines should be invoiced, carried forward, or written off. It is also possible to make edits from this screen. If we approve and print the draft, we can view a draft of the invoice. This will now be sent to finance for the final billing. If there is a need to communicate with finance, there is a chat functionality within Meconomy that can be used. If the finance approver needs more information about this invoice, a notification is sent to finance. They can find it in the AR invoicing menu or the conversation. To initiate a draft invoice from a centralized point of view, we can go to the AR Invoicing menu, then open Invoicing Batch. Choose the Draft Invoice Creation space and filter the list with jobs with open billing price only. It will display all the projects that we can create draft invoices for. You may select individual or multiple projects in batch. With a few simple clicks, the system will prompt us for a preferred invoice date before the draft is created and sent to the project manager. The project manager can now go to the Invoice Drafts for Review space. Have a look at the draft invoice which was just created by Finance before submitting it for final printout. Going back to the Finance workspace, let's open Draft Invoice Status. The list is filtered by invoices that are not yet approved. We can check the details of the draft invoice created from a centralized point of view or those that were initiated by the project manager. We can see the projects, the status, and the next approver in line. Let's check all draft invoices that have been approved. The list quickly changes to all the drafts ready for final printout. The final step of the process would be to go to Project Invoicing to execute the batch printout. We can mark the items one by one or mark all for invoicing and print the invoice. Invoices can now be sent as PDFs or as electronic invoices to the client, depending on the setup. Let's navigate to the AR Customers menu, and you will see that we now have an AR cockpit. Under the AR cockpit is a dashboard for our invoice forecast. Use the selection criteria to filter the information that you'd like to view. The overview gives us a timeline of what has actually been invoiced up until the current month. And from this month onwards, we can see the planned invoice forecast. We can distinguish between what is planned time and material, open work in progress, and planned fixed price, which is in blue. We also have the totals displayed on the right. The table below displays the list of customers and everything that has been invoiced and what the plan is moving forward. If we want to drill down deeper into the projects, we can find more information from these tabs. The invoice forecast for fixed price and time and material. The Work in Progress Aging Report gives us insight on which customers have open aging balances, and they are divided into aging brackets. Combined, these are powerful tools to know if we have actually invoiced the work that has been completed and what the incoming cash flow will look like in the coming months. Once the invoices have been sent out, we want to ensure that our customers are indeed paying us, and we can see that from the AR Collection menu, under Credit Control, and it will open to the main dashboard. We can filter the list by using the drop-down menu. We have pre-selected customers with open transactions, so the lists that we have here are customers with open balance. If we open a customer's account, we will be presented with the customer's key details, their payment history, and further KPIs for this customer. In the table below, we can see all details of the invoices and credit notes. Click on the Expand button to view the details of the invoice. If this invoice is overdue, longer than expected, we can create a collection event flow. This will allow us to create a follow-up activity, and if we want to send these invoices through email, we can do so by selecting the relevant lines. There are a number of action buttons that we can use. If we choose to select all, then Email Customer Statement, the system will send a complete customer statement to the customer. The Reminders tab is used to send reminders or interest charges to the customer. The table below lists all the letters that were sent. If we click on this icon, we can view the details of this reminder sent to the customer. You can create new reminders or interest charges by going to these workspaces. We have seen how Economy Power Launch offers easy time capture through our web and mobile interfaces. When the hours have been approved, they hit the project as open work in progress and are ready to be billed immediately. This can be done either from a decentralized or a centralized point of view. Once our invoicing plan or hours registered have been approved, we can get a clear overview of the invoice forecast in the months to come. And finally, we have seen how Economy offers strong credit control functionality, including reminders and interest charges. All of these items will help improve how fast we can invoice and reduce our days of sales outstanding, thereby improving our cash flow.